Hi, my name's Charlie Harding and I'm an elite triathlete and I'm training here at Ullswater Swim Place in the Ennispool.
So welcome to Ullswater Swim Place. My name is Colin Hill, doing a stroke analysis with Charlie, who's an elite triathlete, a very good swimmer. We have underwater camera, head-on camera and a camera above, and here just looking at Charlie's stroke. And Charlie's, you can see, very smooth, very nice swimming, but I did notice one thing during the session which I just wanted to pick out and look at a bit closer. And as Charlie's going through, just as he breathes to the left-hand side there, you might just notice that as Charlie breathes to the left, his body is just dropping in the water, his hips. He's got a little bit of a bend as he breathes to the left. And you can just see there, so it's just not straight and streamlined as you want to be to cut through that water. There's a bit of a bend at the waist, and also that lead arm is really dropping down lower than I'd expect for an elite triathlete. So the arm dropping down and the curvature in the body just means every time he breathes to the left, he's just breaking that streamline. The water is just really gonna slow him down. It's a bit of a break as he's trying to go through the water. Now it doesn't affect him that much as he is so fast, but it is definitely having an effect on his overall speed, especially on a longer swim when you're doing a 1500 meter triathlon. And again there, you can maybe pick it out now, as he breathes to the left, that arms just drop right down. There's actually more of a bend in the knees as well, as the legs are trying to compensate. So breathing to the right, you can see beautiful. He's breathed to the right, straight line through the water, streamlines, so not a problem with that at all. So breathing to the right isn't an issue. It's just as he's going around and breathing to the left. So I just want to really look into that and just try and help Charlie with that, just to improve his overall stroke. Now this could be something that just happened through lockdown because he hasn't been swimming as much and just pick up these bad habits. But that's what I noticed as he breathes to the left, is that his recovery arm is going very high. So his hand is going higher than his elbow. As you recover that arm, you want to have the hand lower than the elbow. And what happens is if the hand is above the elbow, that's actually weight. And that weight is pushing down on the body. It's action and reaction. The weight pushes down, and that's going to cause the body just to sink a little bit and that arm to drop. So every time he's breathing, having that high recovery, that's what's breaking the streamline. And I noticed that when he wasn't breathing, he's doing a beautiful high elbow recovery when he's not breathing. You can see there. So really high elbow, no problem at all when he's not breathing. Look at that. That's what you want to see, is that high elbow and that relaxed hand. It's called the recovery, literally. As soon as that hand comes through, nice and low, high elbow, and that's not causing any force at all, pushing downwards. A lot of people don't realise that when he breathes to the side as well, he's keeping that high elbow. But a lot of people don't realise that as you're swimming, what goes on above the water affects you below, but a lot of people don't see what's happening below the water. So they don't realise that these things are causing issues. And look at that. So breathing to the left, and that arm is almost straight above him. And as I said, that's really going to push down. So yeah, you can see almost a straight arm there on that recovery. So that was one of the major issues, and great that we can spot that, and we can talk to Charlie. And in the pool, I've got a TV screen at the end and also an iPad. So literally going through what we can see and what we can do to try and correct that. That's pretty much straight. So this is Charlie after we've had a bit of a chat and spoken about it. Now look at that. As he's breathing to the left now, he is maintaining that high elbow, reducing the stress on that lower part of the body below the water. Nice high elbow as he's breathing. Hands, fingers first into the water, high elbow. And that's just what we want to see. Really nice high elbow. As he breathes to the left, again, that hand is staying nice and low below the elbow. So once you're aware of something, then it's something that you can focus on and look at. But now, because that hand's lower than the elbow, it's not pushing down on that shoulder and then going down and causing that body just to sink a little bit. And Charlie said once he was aware of it, that really improved for him. He felt much, much better in the water, much more streamlined. And over the longer swims at a slightly faster pace, he felt things a bit easier because he wasn't getting pushed, breaking the streamline. It means the water was pushing against him every time he breathed to the left-hand side. So as I just mentioned before, a lot of people, if a coach or somebody talks about this high elbow and having that arm relaxed, they don't realise that it affects things underneath the water. So it's really important just to sort of be aware of different aspects of the stroke and how one thing can affect another thing. Now, if I've got somebody in the water who isn't, an elite swimmer, elite triathlete like Charlie, then, it might take a few drills to try and work on that. So things like dragging the fingers through the water. There's several things I can do to try and improve different parts of the stroke. But Charlie, picked it up very quickly. And for the rest of the session, he was really focusing on that to make sure that his swim was much smoother. So I hope you found that interesting about even elite triathletes can have something that, they need to look at and constantly trying to make their stroke better. So you can come and join me at Ullswater Swim Place. You can book online at ullswaterswimplace.com. I take all abilities from complete beginners to budding Ironman triathletes to master swimmers. So come along, and we're based right by the lake at Ullswater. Thank you.